Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Depending on where you are.
Well, if I lean back on my I'll lose my head if I go too close. Cool. As always, the first question we ask is, can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
So let us know if you can.
We'll sit here in sullen silence until you tell us.
That's the flaw. It's like they come in after that bit and we're just sat here saying nothing.
Yeah.
So you've got to talk rubbish for a little bit until such time as people have decided that they can hear us.
There's always a bit of a lull.
All we know right now is
19 people are watching us.
19 people are watching.
19, wow.
One of them is from Virginia. One of them is from South Carolina.
Can any of them hear us? I suppose we could talk about something relevant. Wow, we've lost 2 people already. That was bad.
And there's hey! Yes, we have confirmation.
Right, please pop your questions in the. I don't know why I'm pointing at it, but please pop your questions in the ticket to the side.
One from California as well. Great, excellent. Well, good evening.
So, how is everybody?
Yes.
Do you want to answer the question? We have got one question. Have you seen Sinners?
I have seen Sinners.
I've also seen Sinners. Did you enjoy it?
I really enjoyed it.
So did I.
I saw it at the BFI IMAX, and it's one of those cinemas I wish they were all like, where somebody comes out before, introduces the movie, and then goes, by the way, if you get on your phone, I'm kicking your ass out of the cinema. Me or one of the other 3 ushers who are going to be in this screening the whole time, we will kick your ass out.
You do miss ushers for that, and just generally.
So
I want someone to show me to my seat with a torch again. It's good. It just felt like good times.
Kansas City as well. So just had a summer break. This is our first recording sesh for a couple of months.
We've got a lot to do.
Yeah,
should have done some of it today, really. But
we've got about 10 reviews to shoot tomorrow and our special on Todd Slaughter.
Yes, I'm really interested to see how the Todd Slaughter special goes. I think it's going to go quite poorly in terms of views, but I think people who do watch it will be really entertained and informed, because frankly, there's very little information out there about him. There is just the one biography, which frankly you could buy instead of watching our video, but still.
Yeah, that's going to take ages to read a book.
Yeah.
Who reads books? This is what you're here for.
I should credit Mrs. Science Advisor for lending me the book, which I gave to her for Christmas.
Interesting. Did she ask for it?
No, I just thought she would like it, and she did. He's an interesting man.
So you bought it for her, thinking she would like it,
yes,
and then you stole it.
Some years, this is a few Christmases ago, I didn't know we were going to do a special about Todd Slaughter. I knew she liked his films.
Can you tell people a little bit about Todd Slaughter? Because obviously it's a great name, but
it is
probably not a very
name.
Recognizable name.
Not to our American audiences, perhaps. Maybe not to our British ones either. Yeah. Actually, now I come to think about it, Todd Slaughter is, I think, officially Britain's first horror film star. The films he made, whether or not you call them horror now, I don't know. Basically, they're based on the old blood and thunder Victorian melodramas. And the legend was always that Todd Slaughter, sort of when he started making films, when he was already 50, when he appeared in his first film, he was bringing to the screen these plays that he'd appeared in for like decades. In fact, the truth is more complicated, and some of them he'd never done at all. He was famous for playing Sweeney Todd. He played it very late in the day, but the plays had been around for a while, and he'd just sort of become associated with them, and so he was a bit of a name. And the films are all what we'll call quota quickies, which are super cheap British films that were made just to try to improve the British film industry at the time, and really failed to do so. But Slaughter just has this way about him that he they do acknowledge that these are dated. They acknowledge that they're sometimes quite tongue-in-cheek and fun, and yet he does manage to walk the line of being funny but also really creepy.
Do you think he's almost like a pantomime villain in some respects?
He played pantomime villain, certainly. I don't think so, because there is something genuinely unsettling about him, particularly around women. In real life, you know, he is Peter Cushing level of devoted to his wife, and in the films, he is always leering over much younger women.
Peter Cushing dedicated to his wife.
That's the gold standard.
That is the gold standard.
Yeah, in the films, he's always leering over much younger women.
Yeah.
In life, his wife was 12 years older than him, so quite a significant gap.
Yeah.
And he was utterly they were devoted to each other. But no, they're such fun films. Particularly, they sort of hit a good run towards the end of the sequence of 8.
So,
but yeah, I hope that people will watch that and maybe take an interest in him.
He's also like
character.
British horror before Hammer.
Yes,
is another possibly a way.
Maybe that would have been a shorter way of saying.
But I mean, it's still a very different sort of horror than Hammer.
It's very different. I mean, there's only one film of his that I'd say this is a horror film, which is Face at the Window. Okay. The other ones have horror elements. Face at the Window is horror. If
you want to get like a little head start on it, I think we've reviewed Sweeney Todd.
We reviewed Sweeney Todd. For what it's worth, some of the facts in the Sweeney Todd review were wrong because I was going by. There's an awful lot that is sort of like widely reported about Slaughter that is stuff that he put about. In fairness, he basically rewrote he wrote his own legend.
Yeah.
In line with what was happening to him at the time, and just as long as he was going to be popular as a villain, he glossed over the fact that most of his career he was playing the hero. Yeah. He was Robin Hood, Sherlock Holmes. He played all these heroes and then became extremely famous for being the bad guy. So he decided that he played that his entire life.
Cool. So, yeah, so look forward to that. I'm guessing that's going to be October, early October, fingers.
Early October?
That would be my optimistic thing. Hopefully we're going to have
October.
Our top 10, mid-October, let's say. Going to have our top 10 Wax Museum films.
Wax Museum horrors, out
either this weekend or next weekend. Hopefully this weekend.
This month.
If I can pull my finger out. So those are two.
You're going to have quite a lot of work to do after tomorrow.
Yes. And then we're going to do like a Boris Karloff top 10.
Yeah, that'll be a sort of a, not exactly a Christmas one, but our winter special.
So that's what we've got coming up special wise towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
So that's what we're working on at the moment.
Yes. Let's go to the questions.
What are the beverages this evening?
I'm drinking Thatcher's Blood Orange Cider.
I'm drinking.
Which is way too easy to drink.
Woodford Reserve. Yeah.
I always feel this makes me look less cool. I wish I liked whiskey, but I don't really.
So that's what I've got. And then I might switch to a Ardbeg later on.
I'm just drinking this. I'm from the West Country. Cider is obligatory.
So that's what's on the drinks menu today. Greetings from Texas. Are you going to see Del Toro's Frankenstein?
Yes, really looking forward to it. I've tried to learn absolutely nothing about it.
Cool. Yeah, so hopefully he has like a decent cinema run.
Yeah,
before Netflix.
I can watch it on Netflix, but I'd rather see it in the cinema for something like that. There are some directors you try and go and see in cinema.
Yes, the early reviews seem positive. That he's just done on where is it? He's just screened.
Was it? It's not Cannes at this time of year, is it?
No, is it? It's not London, is it? It's not London Film Festival.
Think so.
Anyway,
at a film festival, it's been very well received. But I feel like Del Toro doing Frankenstein, I think it was always going to be well received. I'm not quite sure. That doesn't necessarily mean old horror fans like me are going to love it.
Yeah.
But Del Toro is an old horror fan like me in a lot of ways. So touch wood. I like what he did with The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
It's always a tough one because people will have different interpretations of the material and could be really passionate about it.
Oh yeah,
if you love that material, you've built a idea of what that is in your head.
I'm not expecting it to be what I want. I'm just hoping it will be good.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's too much to ask him to do what I would want. That's.
Have you seen the new Red Sonja movie? I don't think that's
frustratingly. It has.
Oh, has it?
Well, yeah, it was. Really frustratingly. Our friends at Forbidden Worlds Film Festival showed it on the IMAX screen in Bristol, and I was out of town, so I plugged it on Blue Sky, but I wasn't able to go and see it
during the festival.
No. Literally, it was the day before I came home, so 2-3 weeks ago.
So they just must have like an early screener or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So
that would have been something to on. I think I don't know anything much about it apart from it's Red Sonja, but I would think a big sword and sorcery film on a screen of that size would have been pretty cool.
Even if this one's probably shonky as.
Maybe.
Shonky as the original Red Sonja.
I was going to say the original Red Sonja wasn't brilliant. I'd like to see it because I like a sword and sorcery. I hope it's fun.
Somebody said, "Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Dark Corners," and I got confused.
Mr. and Mrs. Dark Corners.
Mr. and Mrs. Dark Corners. I don't know who that's addressed to.
Wow.
Vaguely know Todd Slaughter. So, yep, you're going to learn. Next question. What are your thoughts on nepotism in Hollywood?
I think it's always been there. I don't really know much about how Hollywood is run these days, but I can talk about Carl Laemmle and hiring all of his family. And the story what there were a few people who used to just come in once a week to pick up their paycheck. When the Laemmles were ousted, they discovered there were at least 2 dead people still on the payroll related to Carl Laemmle. Everyone was his nephew. That's one of the reasons he got called Uncle Carl.
I see.
But I know nothing about how Hollywood's run these days. Don't really care.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I was quite surprised.
I'd be fine with it if I had a relative there.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's son seems to be popping up a lot at the moment. He was in the HBO show that's set in Sicily.
Okay.
That one. He's in that. But he looks just like his dad.
Really?
But a scrawny.
Yeah,
like a scrawnier version of his dad. Have you seen the trailer for Good Boy? I have. It's yes. So it is a horror film, but it's basically starring a dog, and there's like a ghost.
Okay.
And it's basically because it's a dog, and God forbid anyone use dogs to get people to click on a video. The trailer for it did superbly well, and so it's little indie film that's now getting like a much larger release because the trailer just did gangbusters. I'm going to guess it's probably not a great film though.
We'll see. Frankly, my first thought when you said it was about a ghost and a dog was, didn't Hanna-Barbera do a cartoon about that?
Okay. Funny managed to catch one of these streams. Yes, welcome, Will.
Welcome.
Oh, Will, Will Cook dates way back into Dark Corners history. One of the original Hard Corners.
Wow.
I would say. He might have even been when we gave them individual names. I think he had goes back that far. Good. I'm so glad to see you still around. Watched Dr. Terror's House of Horror today for the first time. What does Robin think of the film?
I think it's a fun film. I think it's one of the best of the Amicus anthologies. We have got a review of it on our streaming thing.
Yes.
But yeah, it's I think all the segments hold up.
Peter Cushing's great as like in the theaters. Like creepy Cushing. Here's a good one for you. Who's the best on-screen Sherlock Holmes in film or TV?
Jeremy Brett.
Why is that a good question for you?
Because I think probably sort of like 80-90% next year's Patreon exclusive series will be 50 weeks of Sherlock Holmes, where I'll be looking at lots of different films and TV versions of Holmes through the years.
Yes, it's either that or different
Dracula.
So
I thought it might be fun to look at some of the weirder Dracula films because there's just so many of them. But I don't know if that'll just end up being
painful.
I think, well, not so much painful. I think it's nice for these series if there's a good mix of good and bad. And I think with the Dracula ones, I have maybe a less of a chance of finding the good in amongst the bad.
Yes.
I don't know. Because I don't want to keep recovering the same Dracula films. I want to go out there and find different ones than we haven't covered. But it would be a great way to find stuff for our bad movie review.
I think after we did the Dracula film posters, we probably mentioned a good chunk of them in there.
Yeah, I'd like to look up a load of those.
And then we've done quite a few of those. I mean, I guess we've not done Jesse James v. Dracula.
No, the Dracula saga was one I always wanted to look up.
I don't think we did Dracula 2,000, or Dracula. There was another one that was 3,000.
What's there? Yeah, there was the is it, oh, I've forgotten his bloody name now. But yeah, there's a few in there that would be worth looking at. But I think it might end up just being a lot of real shit.
Yeah. Did you hear they're rebooting Wizard of Oz at Amazon? I mean, has it essentially? It's out of copyright, so anyone could go and do it. And we've had, well, whether or not you count it as a reboot, but Return to Oz, the one with James Franco in it.
Oh, is it just called Oz?
Maybe
Oz the Great and Powerful.
Oz the Great and Powerful. Then at the moment, you've also got Wicked.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of Oz stuff out there already.
And the Wizard of Oz that we all think of isn't the first version of it.
That's true.
There's screening. Southwest Silence is doing a screening of one of the early Silent Oz films, and then Wizard of Oz itself. Because Southwest Silence screens far fewer silent films than I would think than you would think, given their name.
But I don't care.
I do. I want to see the more silent films.
Oh no, I meant I don't care that Amazon's rebooting.
Oh right, okay.
I've got enough stuff to watch, so I don't care if something's not getting made because of Wizard of Oz.
Well, we were talking about this. It's all a bit ridiculous, just continuing to make the same thing over and over and over. Nobody's willing to take a risk.
Have you seen Boris Karloff, The Man That They Could Not Hang?
Yes.
I think that's been done in
this year's Patreon exclusive series. Was 50 Weeks of Karloff.
Patreon and YouTube members.
I'm relatively sure I've done Boris Karloff's The Man You Can No Hand, but I'll be honest, the Columbia titles merge into one in my head because they're all the same plot, really, except for what's it called? The Black Room.
Right.
But all the other Columbia ones have the same essential plot.
So if you're a Patreon or YouTube member at any level, even like the lowest level, Robin does a video every week along a different theme. So this year it's been all of Boris Karloff's horror films. Yep. Previous years it's been Hitchcock silent films, Roger Corman films,
and
Kurosawa films. So the back catalogue is around
extensive.
Yes. Let's see the next one. Have you ordered The Curse of Frankenstein 4K? You bet I did. I got in there nice and early to get the bonus things, but not early enough to get the poster. So they go, the first 10 people to order get a poster.
The first 10 people, wow.
First 50 people got a signed photograph of who played Baron Frankenstein when it wasn't Peter Cushing.
Oh, Ralph Bates.
Ralph Bates, which is why not save that for when they're doing the Ralph Bates ones?
That does seem like an opportunity missed.
So I did get that, and I believe I also get they literally just call it like a photocopy of the premiere invites. So yes, I ordered it.
Is it Ralph Bates playing Dr. Jekyll or something?
No.
That would be.
Old Science Advisor is in the house.
Hey. Good evening.
Good evening, Robin's dad.
Hi, Mum and Dad.
So yes, looking to be a really impressive box set.
Yeah, well, they all have been so far.
Sorry if you're outside of America that you can't get the full.
Outside of this country, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Outside of this. Sorry if you're in America.
Yeah.
Not that this is your biggest problem. But the big glorious box set is a UK exclusive
for copyright reasons.
Yes,
and this is probably going to happen more and more with the Hammer releases.
Yeah, depending on how they negotiate.
There may be, everything's open to negotiation. When they see how well they're doing, they might renegotiate. Well, if they're doing well, I really don't know, because they are expensive.
So in this case, basically in order to finance a lot of Hammer films, they would sign distribution deals with different companies before the film was made. And in this case, Warner Brothers owns the distribution rights in America for definite, but maybe just outside of the UK in general. So they have got they're releasing a set, but don't have all of the special features, and not in the big box set, and not with the book and the lobby cards.
The lobby cards I can live without. The book is the books have been really interesting, I think.
So yeah, look forward to it. And then there's going to be 2 more that they've got to announce before the end of the year. But
what will they be?
On the size of the smaller box sets.
Yeah.
So maybe some other garbage movie that they'll just manage to pack in a ton of extras to make it worthwhile.
The extras have been extraordinary on films that you think, wow, that's
well, the next one. What's the next one? The Man in Black. The Man in Black. One of the special features in this one is a yoga video, because back in the day, Hammer made yoga videos.
I still, you really do just think of yoga videos as being a very recent thing, but no, Hammer ahead of the curve on yoga as well.
Same as like the one in the first Quatermass one where you've got the musical numbers.
Yeah.
It's so surreal, sort of putting those 2 things together. So that's it. People saying hello to Science Advisor. Have you seen Terence Fisher's Night of the Big Heats?
Yes. I don't think it's one of his best, to be honest. But it's, Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. Always nice to see them together.
Cool. Sorry,
they still haven't perfected the technology of how this works.
Favorite zombie film?
Probably still Night of the Living Dead, I think. Although I really like I Walked with a Zombie, and I'm fond of Train to Busan. Okay, so my famous sort of like old zombie film would be I Walked with a Zombie, then the sort of the classic era Night of the Living Dead, and recently Train to Busan. That is a comprehensive answer to a question because I couldn't decide.
Okay. Thoughts on Freddie Francis, The Creeping Flesh?
I like Freddie Francis, but I think he's a better cinematographer than he is a director, and I don't think The Creeping Flesh is a particularly good film. At least if I'm thinking of the right one. Yeah.
It's Freddie Francis film that I'm editing at the moment, isn't it?
It is a Freddie. Yes. It's his last. We are recording a review tomorrow of Freddie Francis's last film as a director.
But before you get excited, this is a Patreon YouTube members exclusive that you will get.
You're right. It is
after you've been a member for 7
years,
7 or 8 years.
So if you desperately want to see that, then the quicker you join, the sooner you'll see it. But you will still have quite a long wait. So, I always wonder if we should just like offer increasingly expensive tiers, and we'll give you the extra videos.
We do. You can jump ahead.
They have to be astronomically high priced.
Okay, which is better, Seven Samurai or Magnificent Seven?
Seven Samurai.
Which is better, Seven Samurai or World Gone Wild?
Yes,
Seven Samurai,
one that you can see.
The Seven Samurai film we're recording tomorrow.
Yes. Are you familiar with World Gone Wild, starring Bruce Dern?
So that's coming up.
We are recording a review of that tomorrow.
Cool. This weekend I was at Dragon Con in Atlanta, and it was great, but it would have been even better with Dark Corners Duo hosting a panel or panels.
They never ask us.
They never ask us, and they've got to be prepared to pay for our flights.
Yeah.
And accommodation. Favorite vampire movie?
Oh boy, huge question. I don't know. Do you have one? Just sitting there not answering anything?
Not off the top of my head. It's quite difficult. Something that's so broad.
And there's lots of ones I like.
What's one that you like?
I like the Hammer Dracula.
There you go. Question answered.
Okay.
Ran, best Kurosawa film for me. Do you agree or do you disagree?
Well, I'm sure it is the best Kurosawa film for you, but I would usually go for Seven Samurai or Ikiru, which are not controversial choices. But the one I watch most, and I suppose the one I enjoy the most, my favorite, I suppose, is Yojimbo.
Mm-hmm. Do you the title that I really like is The Bad Sleep Well?
Yeah.
I just, as a type, because it's obviously The Bad Sleep Well, but as phonetically, it just sounds kind of pleasing to me.
I wonder what the title is in Japanese.
Yeah,
because sometimes they mean the same and sometimes they don't.
But it's almost like the bad sleep well. The meaning of it just eludes me,
right?
And it just sounds like it's just a nice flow of words.
It sounds like a film noir.
Yeah. Cookies. Is it wrong that I've abandoned all hope with the whole 21st century reboots on classic horror sci-fi?
No, well, no. I think as long as you're abandoning it for yourself, don't expect everybody else to. But I've always thought it's important to know what you want and self-censorship. I've said I don't watch Star Wars films anymore because I'm never going to enjoy them again, and I don't have to rant about it on Twitter or here. I just don't watch them. They don't exist to me. So if that's how you feel, then fine. You run the risk of missing something good. I guess I do too, although there's been little evidence of it recently. But do whatever's right for you. Just do it for yourself. Don't scream about it into the void of social media.
But overall, I think this is so far been a real stellar year for horror films, new horror films.
But this is the thing, new horror, original. It's been a good year because there's been good original stuff, not reboots.
So like mentioned Sinners earlier, but the Bring Her Back is one of the first films horror films at the cinema. I've go, oh shit, this is a horror film. I was like on edge the whole way through that film. And there's obviously a scene, if you've seen the film, where I'm like, oh, that's a bit much. And I turned to the guy next to me, and he was like also like looking away from the screen. And we, this is a rough one. I really enjoyed Weapons. I'm not sure I totally was down with the ending of it, but I really liked the journey. So I'm enjoyed. There's been horror films which are horrific and not PG-13 ones, where it's barely any horror in it.
Right.
Like I don't even know if you would class Megan 2 as a horror film, which is certainly where they were going with the first one. But it's more of a comedy.
Okay.
And it's stripped of anything even remotely bloody or gory, just because it's trying to appeal to a younger audience. But like Sinners, Bring Her Back, Weapons is being geared towards a more mature audience, and I would love that trend to continue, and hopefully they've done well, so fingers crossed. Thoughts on doing a video on Madhouse 1974?
Am I remembering right? That's the Vincent Price one.
I feel it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we might do it. Well, we covered it briefly in our Vincent Price top 10. But I mean, never say we might do a streaming one about that. It is on streaming. That was his last film for God, I forgot their name. That production company.
Amicus.
Anyway. No, it's not. Or is it Amicus?
I don't know. I'm taking a punt on it.
My brain's gone void. I've been up for a very long time now. It's not Amicus, is it? It's
shit. It was Amicus.
It was Amicus. Oh, okay.
Lucky guess for me. That was definitely not knowledge. They're also rebooting Deathstalker, which seems pointless. I don't think that's the name that's going to get people rushing back to the cinema.
Thought.
I have not seen the trailer for Sisu 2. I don't think you would have watched Sisu. I enjoyed the first one. When is Curse of Frankenstein coming out in Phoenix, Arizona? I want to say it's like mid-October. It's released.
But again, you won't get the full.
You won't get. You get a good chunk of it. You just don't get like
everything.
You don't get all the packing extras, and you don't get the documentary Flesh and whatever that we've reviewed already. The
Blood,
Flesh and Blood, the Hammer story.
Yeah.
So it's also in the UK one. It's including that. So yeah, you don't get that. There we are. Someone said it. October 13th. Okay. Wizard of Oz is in the Globe currently, $300 a ticket. So do you know about this one?
The stage version?
No, the film. So do you know the Vegas Globe?
Oh, the Vegas Globe. I had a complete.
So
it seemed odd to me.
Is it? It's the Sphere, isn't it, rather than the Globe? But do you know of the Sphere in Vegas?
Yeah.
So what they've got in there at the moment is
I have
the Wizard of Oz,
this.
and
Everyone
then it's
says
like
it's kind of
weird. Blown up, like AI extended, and then is sort of immersive. So when there's the hurricane, they blow wind fans and stuff.
Some quite negative opinions of it is all I've seen.
Yes,
I can't say it's anything that appeals to me.
Interesting concept to
similar. You went to see Jaws 4D, so that's.
I mean, this is like probably on another scale, but yes, I did see for Jaws in 4DX, not Jaws 4.
Right, yeah.
And for the most part, that worked. The 3D conversion was weird, but all of the other stuff, it was good.
Yeah.
I saw Jaws in the IMAX last year, so I didn't want to repeat that viewing. So it was nice. It was the first time that the head coming out the boat made me jump.
Okay.
So have you seen Murder by Decree? A 70s film about Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, I think so.
Investigating the Rippermans. But that's all you're going to get.
Yes.
A
very long time ago.
I want to see a post-apocalyptic version of Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
I know it's not.
I'm pretty sure there is one.
There's not an odd question. So Robert Spooner says, I know it's an odd question, but will you guys do an updated video review of your King Kong? I honestly love the work. Keep it up. Yes, that's one of the ones I think
I'd really love to do a better one on King Kong, because I think I just needed to get a lot of my anger out of for Peter Jackson's one out of my system. And I think maybe that, and it was at a time when we weren't doing quite the same level of research into stuff. And I've learned a lot about the guys who made it. I've learned a lot more since then. I've got Kevin Brownlow book about which, among other things, covers some of their films, their earlier films, Grass and Chang, which I'd really like to talk more about, and which definitely lead to Kong. So yeah, I do feel like I'd really like to do something bigger. It's just finding the time for all these things.
Yeah, well, that might be one for next year then.
Maybe, yeah. I think when's the next King Kong movie out? Maybe we can.
Oh yeah, there probably is one. There probably is one next year. There's like
I could look at it then.
Godzilla X Kong 2. I might check it out
because there is really interesting thing about who the characters are based on, and the guys who made it just had such extraordinary lives before they came to film. They were proper adventurers, and their initial films was just trying to find a way that they could get paid to go to the places they wanted to go and to keep doing these mad things. And it just turned into a career.
Lord Devilfish asks, favorite Joe Dante film, but not Gremlins.
I've got real affection for Small Soldiers, actually, and I'm struggling to think of. I can't. You know, if you listed Joe Dante films, I bet I'd pick a different one. But I remember really enjoying it in the cinema. when I was at university.
Yeah, I'd struggle.
I'm not sure I've seen it since.
I'd struggle to remember like all of them. And I'm guessing this question's come up because Red Letter Media was just did a video of ranking all the Joe Dante films.
Oh, right.
So I think it might have pushed it into the zeitgeist. They said like his best one was his segment in the Twilight Zone movie, which I can't remember.
Okay.
It wasn't the one where people died. That was John Landis.
It feels like, I don't know, that feels like a cop-out. It feels like you don't want to say Gremlins when you say that.
Oh, no, I think
answer.
they do say Gremlins ultimately. They don't rank it because it's not a full film. But Inner Space is another one.
Yeah, that's a good film.
But yeah, I mean, it's Gremlins.
Gremlins 2.
Yeah. Are you a fan of the Carry On films?
Yeah, I guess. Or certainly, yeah.
In theory, when was the last time you watched a Carry On film?
Well, they're on TV pretty much every bank holiday, but with each passing year, you get less of the film as they cut more and more on TV.
They're still showing those on TV on a bank holiday.
Yeah.
Wow. Don't mind that. That totally surprises me that there's even a market for it. But weirdly, I've just been hearing Carry On a lot.
Oh, okay.
Just like bubbling in different places. So I don't know why that is.
There's still a lot of affection for them.
Yeah, whether it's just like it's kind of maybe it's gone, they completely disappeared, and now people are like remembering them and bringing them back up and go, oh, these are great or interesting relics of their time. Do you have a favorite Carry On film, and why is it Carry On at your convenience?
It would be Carry On Cleo.
Yes, of course.
That's the best one, I think. The historical ones, Carry On Cleo, Carry On Up the Khyber. The historical ones work better. Yeah, I think.
Unless it's Carry On Columbus.
Yeah, wow, there's always exceptions. But no. And Carry On Henry's very good as well, actually.
Do you have any opinions on The Man Who Knew Too Much?
I think which version?
The original. He did specify that.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a great film. I definitely think it's superior to the later one. It's not as good as 39 Steps, I think, or The Lady Vanishes, but it's definitely up there in Hitchcock's British period. I really like the end. I love the shootout at the end, largely because of the cops are just so British. There's a bit where they're climbing over a fence and then they're just sort of passing guns to each other, go, here you go. And it's just, it's all very it's done in a very procedural way. There's nothing heroic. It looks like policemen doing a job. And you get that so seldom in films generally. And certainly you wouldn't have got that in American films of the era. Yeah. And so I love that. And I think it's just Hitchcock finding a way to make the shootout different to anything he'd seen on screen before.
I liked how you preempted the fact that we do have a review coming up of 39 Steps and
and The Lady Vanishes.
Lady Vanishes.
But not the Hitchcock ones.
Are they not?
Did you not notice that?
No.
No, they're the shitty remakes. One of them is a Hammer film. One of them is the last sort of official Hammer film from their early era. And the other one's the one, I think, with... Now, what's his name? Anyway, no.
Why did they release that with a bunch of Hitchcock ones then?
Presumably because people like you don't even notice.
And we're also going to be reviewing the first season of
Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Yes.
Or is it
Alfred Hitchcock Hour?
Or right.
Whatever it is.
There are two different shows.
Right. I think, oh God, I've given you the right episodes then.
Oh. If I watch,
I'll double check this before
I watch the entire series and you've sent me the wrong one.
Timothy, can we get the Hammer thing from UK Amazon? Yes, you can. Obviously the 4K discs don't have any region lock, but the Blu-rays are all region locked. But if you've got a region free player, that's absolutely fine. Where you might struggle is because of Trump tariffs. I understand that US mail isn't accepting deliveries from outside America, so that might be an issue. But the films are in 4K and all the special features are on Blu-rays, which are region locked. Opinion on the Quatermass conclusion?
The Quatermass conclusion.
Yes,
I have not seen the Quatermass
I
conclusion.
think it's a edited down version of the last Quatermass series.
I don't even know what the last Quatermass series was.
So you have Quatermass in the Pit, and then you had Quatermass.
Is that the one with
that was on ITV instead of BBC?
With John Mills?
Yes, I want to say, because it wasn't.
The one with John Mills is the one that has appealed to me least in what I have seen of Quatermass so far. But I haven't seen all the Quatermass that's out there. I didn't like the ending especially. But yeah, I think that's all I can say without either of us really being sure that we're talking about the right thing.
Yes, but I have a feeling it's the
and even then, I've only seen the TV series. I've not seen an edited down version.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you have a favorite Western movie?
A favorite Western movie? Ooh, I really like She Wore a Yellow Ribbon. There's a lot of John Ford Westerns and the Sergio Leone. There's a lot of classic Westerns I do like. Once Upon a Time in America is amazing. But She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, I think, is the best. It's my favorite of the Cavalry trilogy, which that John Ford did, which I think are really strong films. And obviously stuff like The Search, Stagecoach is a fantastic film. For how to introduce a hero and just sort of, and the thing is that's based on a story by I gotta forget the name now, but a French short story writer, and the same thing that is based one of Val Lewton's non-horror films is based on Mademoiselle Fifi, same writer, and in fact the same story, and it's just these people in a coach together, and it's more about the relationship between the characters than it is about the fact that they're being pursued by Indians. And to actually turn that into an entertaining Western, I think is a really strong thing. But yeah, there's a lot of Westerns from that era I enjoy.
Cool. So in Arizona, they're in Lord Devilfish's local museum, they have some of Ray Harryhausen's models.
Oh, wow.
Have you seen any of the props in person?
Yes, when they were at what used to be called the Museum and since then, I saw Calibos when I met Ray. I'm going to assume I'm on first name terms with him at a screening of at a signing and a screening of what was it? I think it was the Jason and the Argonauts. Mm-hmm. And I've seen other people from the Ray Harryhausen, Ray and Diana Harryhausen Trust, I think it is, and they've usually brought something along. So I've seen bits and pieces over the years.
Chances are that perhaps what he's got at his museum is what we got during COVID, where you had the virtual tour, because I did.
To be honest, the virtual tour was great because I wasn't going to go up to Scotland anyway to see it. So it was nice to be able to look around. There was some fascinating stuff in that.
Yeah. So I think if you go back into our archives somewhere we've got a review of the exhibition that was virtual only due to COVID or something like that. What Hammer film would you like to see get this royal treatment?
What, next? Or...
Yes. Well, not necessarily next, but what one would you look forward to?
I'd like to see the series done, but as a sort of a standalone one, either Devil Rides Out or Plague of the Zombies would be interesting. Actually, Plague of the Zombies. I'm really got a soft spot for that one. I think it's a fantastic film. It would be interesting. It would be interesting to know more about John Gilling.
Yes, they seem to be playing it. They've got a very definite strategy with these releases in terms of they're not just going, oh, this guy, Terence Fisher directed this film, so here's our documentaries about Terence Fisher, because they know they're going to have to do something in a later film.
Yeah, they've got a lot to get through.
So they're not just chucking everything out straight away.
No.
So
No, it would be. I mean, they must know that if they do all of the Gothic horrors first, no one's going to buy the rest.
Yeah.
If they do it like this, sort of the staggered releases of the big ones and little ones and so on, then it's hard to resist because the extras are really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I can't think of any series that's done such a stellar job with it.
No, they are. Yeah, just with obviously you've got the big ones which have been Captain Kronos, Quatermass 2, and Frankenstein, which are all great. The others have been not great films.
No, some better than others.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I mean,
the Quatermass ones are Quatermass. Those are.
Oh no, so those ones are good, but then
right. Okay.
But the
Blood Orange,
Shatter,
the triangle one,
four-sided triangle.
Shatter's just awful. Shatter's the only one I'd just say that's not bad.
Not the creme de la creme of Hammers.
No, but as we said in the review recently, that actually the sort of the smaller releases in some ways have the more interesting extras because they're having to reach a little more, and so and you come up with all sorts of weird stuff. I mean, on the Blood Orange one, was it that they had the interview with Hammer's regular focus puller?
Yes.
How often do you get to hear from a focus puller? Nobody interviews the focus puller. What a great idea!
But even certainly in like Blood Orange, one of the commentaries in there, it was like a slow, quite methodical commentary, but it really made you just watch the film and look at these details that otherwise you just go, this film's a bit boring and it's not great. But you start looking at what Terence Fisher as a director is doing and how he's framing a shot and how he's moving the actors around, and it just sort of focuses you on those things, which is really interesting. But it's like, will you go back and rewatch it? Probably not. But I think certainly the books are great to have. So yeah. Have you seen the trailer for Luc Besson's Dracula?
No. I tend to, if it's a film I'd like to see, I tend to steer clear of trailers. If it's a film I don't want to see, then why would I watch the trailer? So I just don't watch trailers.
So are you interested in seeing Luc Besson's take on Dracula?
I'd need to see the trailer. Yeah, I think I'm in a sort of. I like Luc Besson. I like Dracula. What could possibly go wrong? I say I like Luc Besson. When was the last time he did a film I really liked?
Yeah,
I didn't mind Angel A.
Confirmation that people in the States are struggling with some of, because I think some of the discs with the Quatermass ones, they region locked the BBC episodes.
Oh, right.
Which that Hammer site's not been great at saying anything about. So we'll when we review them, we'll
try and include.
We'll try and make notes about what's region available.
I think we had a donation.
Oh, it's from Colleen. I recognise that logo.
Yeah, thank you.
Me again, promoting House of Dark Shadows for streaming media reviews. Okay, we might have to do it. Oh, there was another one that we missed. Greech Archer Comics.
Oh, thank you.
Who we're doing a exclusive review for as part of their.
Yes. Would you like a bespoke Dark Corners review?
Yes. So I think they've got a Kickstarter coming out. We're shooting that tomorrow.
Yes.
Based on the Green Archer serial.
Yes. Well, yeah. Our review is based on the Green Archer serial. Their comic is based on the Green Archer book, originally serialized as well by Edgar Wallace. So if you'd like to see that review, you will have to support them on Kickstarter. Exactly. Green Archer Comics, check them out.
But he's asking about the Jaws 50th anniversary and thoughts on that as a horror film.
I mean, I think Jaws is one of the great films. I struggle with it as a horror film, I suppose.
I think so. Yeah,
I think it's more of a thriller.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic film.
It's almost where it's I don't even say it. it's not a swashbuckler, but there's something about them all going out to sea, which kind of, and it does have that kind of sea shanty. No, they sing sea shanties and stuff. Seeing it again, it's just such a great film and just breezes past.
It's one of those when it's on TV and you're just sort of like flipping through and you think I'll watch 5 minutes and you just sit there going, I'll watch a bit more. I'll watch a bit. It's just it's gripping in a way that cinemas that it seems to me we've lost some of that. I don't know. There aren't many films that, I guess there weren't at the time. You look at these things in isolation, and everything seems to be better in the past. But it's just something about that. It's got such a quality to it.
But it's great with the people are talking over each other all the time. Like it feels really organic in that sense. The jokes land, the empathy for characters land, the sort of sense of adventure and just everything is all.
It's a wonderful character drama. I was thinking in sort of like when we were saying what sort of film it is, and weirdly the one that it sort of reminds me of a bit is the Treasury of Sierra Madre. Which, in fairness, they all hate each other much more than that, or end up hating each other. But it's 3 people in this situation and isolated to some degree in a danger, and that it feels like a classic film.
Yeah,
it could have been made at any time.
It's also really interesting watching it this time that I've noticed Quint's behaviour a lot more. How sort of dismissive he is of Richard Dreyfuss's character at first, and then as it sort of goes along, like he recognizes, this guy, he's done things and he knows what he's doing, and he is like a rich city boy with his city hands. You got a woman's hands, my lord. But is still, willing to go into the cage, to go into the water, and you see his sort of respect for him grow as the film goes on.
Which sort of mirrored in the play, which I can never remember the name of the bloody play.
The Shark is Broken.
Yeah, okay.
That's the play.
Yeah.
And it's a great play.
I can just never remember it. Yeah,
if you get a chance to see it, and that's really Robert Shaw's son plays his father.
Yeah, and
in the play,
really does look like it.
And it's basically it's Robert Shaw, Richard Dreyfuss, and
Roy Scheider,
sort of just chatting while they're waiting for the shark to get fixed. Great play.
I saw it in the Theatre Royal in Bath with my parents, and we all enjoyed it. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Science Advisor also enjoyed The Shark is Broken. Doctor and Mrs. Science Advisor, I should say.
We did that one.
Sorry, it's sometimes hard to keep track of the questions because it keeps readjusting.
Warner Brothers has Horror of Dracula, The Mummy, Dracula's Risen from the Grave, Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed, Taste of Dracula, Dracula AD, and Satanic Rites of Dracula, among others. So they'll probably have to do similar deals with.
You probably won't be seeing. You might not be seeing. You might end up with a big release in this country and a smaller release in America for those ones as well, if they can do that deal.
Yes, which I think
they will.
I think it's going to be profitable for all sides.
It seems like it must be.
But there's interesting. If you go on Hammer's website, they talk a bit about sort of the rights issues and how it seems to be going very well in terms of negotiating the releases and also the fact that Warner Brothers holds maybe the best print for some of them, and so there's agreements there to get the print so they can do these 4K restorations on it. But they've also been digging into the BFI archives where the original reels are stored, and they're finding little bits and pieces in there that it seems just fascinating, just the whole restoration process.
Oh, it's always interesting. I mean, with Dracula, they've already had to go to Japan to get the missing footage and then restore that.
But then they said what they said with the Frankenstein one, that they know there's a different shot of the eye scene that they can't find. I think they know that it exists, but they can't find it. But the what's the one that I mentioned to you? Oh, had the actor in it who was in Shatter.
Stuart,
not the main guy, the bad guy. Like the man with not the man with two faces or something like that.
Oh right, yeah. Oh gosh, is it that it's hell? Now I can't remember.
Well, whatever it is. So there's one particular film that it got censored, but they've managed to find like the footage that was forced to be cut out. They're going to be restoring that, and that one's due out next year.
Anton something is the actor, I think.
Yes, but in half an hour when we get to it, somebody would have answered the question. Maybe with a giant
based on that, they might not.
$10 donation from Son of Hochi. What are your favorite film-related items, memorabilia that you own?
I own.
That's a good one.
We have not a lot of film memorabilia that I own. I have a King Kong poster, but it's not original.
I have, again, not an original, but I have a poster of the Blues Brothers, which John Landis has signed, and he's crossed out. They're on a mission from. They'll never get caught. They're on a mission from God, and God Graham will never get caught. He's on a mission from God, and he signed it. So that's probably one of my favorites.
I've got a lovely postcard of Harold Lloyd, and when I first got it, I think my parents gave it to me. Actually, no, it was taped into the front of a book that my parents had given me, and I initially thought that it was quite a rare postcard because it had sort of like the eyes were projecting from it. I then realized that someone had cut holes in a Harold Lloyd in an original card and put googly eyes through it. But it is unique, and I mean, to be honest, it's reduced the value of the postcard a great deal, but it looks great.
Okay, this is another $10 donation from Raven House Mystery.
Thank you for the donation.
For Sherlock Holmes question for you, Robin.
Oh dear.
If you got to play Holmes in a play or film of any classic Doyle story, what would be your choice?
Oh, I suppose probably The Sign of Four. The Sign of Four is probably my favorite story. It's there's a reason that it gets done a lot. But I'm trying to think of one in which Holmes gets to do so. Actually, Devil's Foot would be another really good one because that's an interesting one for Holmes. And he almost dies, and it's the one where the friendship between him and Watson comes through quite strongly there.
Who would you pick to adapt one of your novels?
Me.
Who would you like to direct one of your novels?
I'll let someone else do that, I suppose. But I can't think of who I'd like.
Is there a character in one of your books that you go, I'd love this person to play it?
Oh, I'm not sure I've ever really thought of them like that. If we weren't live and I had time to think about it, then I sort of like come back to it. But it'll just be me coming and hiring.
Cool. Thoughts on Terence Fisher's Sherlock Holmes?
I enjoy it. I mean, it's as an adaptation of Sherlock Holmes, it's not terribly close to the book, and it has its flaws, but it's classic Hammer. It does look good. Christopher Lee's really good in that one, as is Peter Cushing, of course, and Andre Murray. There's a really good cast, and as a Sherlock Holmes fan, it's a bit, but it's a good film.
Do you have a favorite Hammer vampire film?
I mean, the first three. I mean, I can't say that.
Well, the first.
I was going to say the first three Dracula films are really good, but I have to sort of like pick one. I don't know. Yeah. I guess the first Dracula film is probably the best,
even though the second one looks the best.
Second one looks the best, and I really like Dracula, Prince of Darkness in it. You see, I think maybe Dracula, Prince of Darkness has my favorite scene when they're when they have Barbara Shelley sort of like pinned down. The scene in which she swallowed her fangs because of the way she was convulsing.
My favorite scene is in Bride to Dracula after Peter Cushing gets bitten and then he takes like an iron and brands himself in the neck to cauterize the wounds.
It's a really good film.
It's like how he just like, you just really feel like his pain for it.
No. That scene is extraordinary.
Yeah.
It looks incredible. The vampire is just not strong enough.
Yes.
So I've got to discount that.
That's,
I think Dracula is the first Dracula. I think that's the best one. And just I think that the ending of that is an exemplar of how action films should end, just with 5 minutes, or not even that, probably, of taut action.
Yeah,
you know, it doesn't outstay its welcome in any way, and it's a tremendous sequence.
It is kind of like a flaw that he turns a windmill into a cross to kill the vampire.
Oh, we're talking about a different one.
Oh, sorry.
I was talking about the end of the first Dracula film.
Yeah,
just the chase through the house and the fight on the jumping up and tearing down the curtains. You just think, this is accepted. There's not a wasted second of that.
No.
And I think there's an awful lot of action movie directors who could learn from that.
Yeah. I feel like, the desperation of like the running over the table to pull the curtain down.
Yeah. Plus, in that one, Melissa Stribling is one of Hammer's great heroines, because she's not a Hammer heroine in the usual sense. And her face the morning after that she and Dracula have sort of been together is just is communicating a whole other story.
This is quite an interesting one from Lord Devilfish.
Okay.
I'm going to sort of like re-summarize it. But basically a B-movie monster given the Godzilla -1 treatment. So like one of those B movies, you go, actually, if we did this properly, would be really interesting.
I mean, I see what you mean, but that's not what Godzilla -1 is. That's taking a really great film and managing to recapture more of the magic than any of the shite that's been in.
But then it should be easier, in theory, to take like a film that was like, oh, this almost worked.
Yeah. Oh, okay then. Okay. Space Master X. What is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
One of our upcoming reviews. Space Master X7.
Which feels like, I don't think it's a very well-known B movie, but it's got really quite a good premise.
Yeah.
With a couple of glaring, unignorable errors.
Yeah. Do you think Curse of Frankenstein is going to be shown in cinemas? I think certainly in the UK. I know that Hammer is putting that out there to cinemas, that if they want to show the films that they're remastering, they can. I don't know necessarily how wide a release that they're getting, but I do think that the Curse of Frankenstein is getting a fairly glitzy release in London, because it's also Hammer's 90th anniversary or 91st. There seems we're debating on that. Have you seen Weapons? I have. You haven't. Are you interested in seeing it?
I suppose potentially. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
I really enjoyed the build up. The moment they started to explain things, it lost, but I loved the mystery of it. The ending, I'm still torn over, and I don't really want to say more than that, because it's better to discover it. I think it was definitely worth watching. It was, one of these great horror films that we've had this year. How popular is Nicholas Hoult in the UK?
I think it's hard to say. I think he's relatively well liked, isn't he?
Yeah,
I think he was good in The Great.
Mm-hmm.
That's Nicholas Hoult, isn't it?
I don't know.
Okay.
He was Lex Luthor in the last, and Renfield.
I don't really care about that. I finally saw Renfield, actually.
Oh, what did you think?
I actually enjoyed it more than I expected to. I think it's a fairly average film.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what got me is that when they did with the start, where they'd restaged stuff from Universal, I thought, you know what? They've done a good... They're deliberately trying to appeal to the fanboy in me, and they've kind of succeeded. They've actually done quite a good job there. And it just sort of got me on side early on, and I was more willing to go with the bits that...
It's
overall, it's perfectly average.
That's it. It's like there's quite a good story there of sort of the codependency relationship.
It loses it a bit.
It's just like it doesn't quite pull out a 90-minute film from it.
No.
No. Have you managed to see Large Voyage of the Demeter yet?
No, it's there on my watch list, and I keep avoiding it because everyone said how much you're going to hate it. Don't bother.
You're going to hate it.
Disappointing. It's a good idea.
Who would you cast in a Vampirella film?
Oh, I'm not going to cast Vampirella.
Thoughts on the man who could cheat death.
That's it.
So
that's
like he's not answering our question from earlier. That's just like a random thought. So,
I've totally lost my faith in his first name being Anton, by the way.
So so they did sort of reveal that that's one of the Hammer restorations that's coming next year, and they've managed to find some footage which has never been seen.
Oh, cool.
So
looking forward to seeing that.
Have you seen Shin Godzilla?
I still haven't.
No.
I think it was one. I thought I should see this. I should see this. I should see this. And then I watched Godzilla -1, and suddenly I just thought, you know what? I can't be bothered to go backwards. Everyone knows this. This one seems to be better. So
yeah, God, that was a good cinema experience.
I bet. Yeah.
Here's one from Robert Spooner. Ever thought about doing a Dark Corner special about the films of some guy called Todd Browning?
We have. I mean, to be honest, we're more talking about doing a special about him, but obviously that would include his films. Yes, hopefully next year.
Yeah,
I think that's
I think
reasonable. I've had it in mind for a while, and it's just sort of like slipped off the radar a little bit. But yeah, I'd really like to do it.
Yeah.
Lots of films to watch.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to watch all of them.
A lot of them are lost.
Yes, there's a huge advantage, but you know, people
a huge advantage.
Well, the fact is that you know,
our workload is significantly decreased because of bad film keeping.
The fact is that in the silent era, people had substantially. If you've got less than a 3-figure CV, then you just weren't trying hard enough, and that number of films is a lot, and they're mostly short comedies of one sort or another in that early part of his career. And I think a representative sample would be more useful to watch. I'll watch all the later ones.
Have you ever seen Father Ted?
Yes. That seems random.
Last night I watched Netflix sci-fi horror film Spectral. Have you seen it?
No. Never heard of it, I'm afraid.
Can't tell you.
Sorry.
What was worse, Jaws 3D or Jaws the Revenge?
I think Jaws 3D is worse.
Yes.
Because George the Revenge is hilarious.
Yeah.
Largely because Michael Caine is just there.
They even like cut out the most hilarious part of it, that there was some sort of voodoo curse. And that's why the shark was attacking.
I just have this image towards the end of it of Michael Caine on his lounger, and them saying, "Michael, we've changed our minds. You don't die. So can you come back and do some more scenes?" I go, "Oh no, really?"
What is in your opinion, is the most underrated Ray Harryhausen film?
Most underrated,
and/or Willis O'Brien.
Willis O'Brien. Maybe Mighty Joe Young then.
Okay,
that's both of them.
Yep, there you go. Any update on I Love Lost Soul video?
Go on. Okay,
I'll tell you what I'll do for people who have joined us. I'm going to put a link in here where you can see it. We recently got a copyright strike for something else, so we kind of got to hold off on re-releasing it.
Yeah, we are trying to get it re-released, but there's no guarantee it'll work next time either.
So I've got to wait for that. I will find it. Yes, so I will, Robert, just checking the comments in a second. I will put it down here. Bad-Eyed Tiger is good. Post-apocalyptic, Jaws of Revenge. Have you seen The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave? It's a Giallo film.
No. Sorry, I know you were looking for a longer question than that.
Asking again for a George A. Romero retrospective.
Yeah. I'm not saying we'll never do it. It's not high on the list, I think, at the moment.
Yeah.
It's interesting. There are some directors who I mean, I really like George A. Romero's films. I don't have the same passion for him and his films as I do for sort of like the films from the 30s. It's just and it's not even that I like those films more. It's just something about that era that interests me more. I just find the sort of the early days of film more interesting. Sort of how these things were done. I think there tends to be more interesting stories, or stories that I find more interesting. One thing we've discovered about through Dark Corners over the years is, in the end, you've just got to follow your own instincts. Otherwise, the videos you make lack the necessary passion, and it's just not worth doing. Even if they're films you enjoy, you can't necessarily put across a compelling story if you don't have that sort of emotion for it. So I think with George A. Romero, we're probably more likely to do individual films than a retrospective.
Cool.
Have you got the link?
Peeping Tom. Any thoughts on Peeping Tom?
I love Peeping Tom. It's absolutely fantastic. That's another one that we were sort of like looking at doing a special about, and that sort of like stalled a little bit. I couldn't find enough information about it. I think I lost heart after I spent money on Michael Powell's autobiography.
And he barely mentions it.
He didn't. His autobiography stops before.
Oh, right.
He wrote an autobiography very much about the early part of his career. So that was probably my fault. I do believe there's a second volume, so that's completely my fault, really. I just went online and bought it.
Okay.
A
Sam Raimi retrospective.
I think that falls into the same sort of category.
Yeah. We've answered that one. This is just talking about the Quatermass when we're doing that. When we were talking about that.
That was a little while ago, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Have you seen X the Unknown?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think it can't hold up against the Quatermass ones, but it's a good placeholder film for Hammer in between Quatermasses. It's a fun film, I think. Doesn't have quite the same quality.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm answering the film's good question for him.
So close. Hi, Dolores. Happy Labor Day. Oh yeah, of course it's
Labor Day.
Labor Day in America. They had the day off. We could have started this sooner.
Ah, damn it.
Favorite Cohen Brothers movie?
Favorite Cohen Brothers movie? Probably Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Yeah, I think so. I've always enjoyed that one, and I love the song from it. Man of Constant Sorrow. I think it's a fantastic song. I like Barton Fink and various other of their films. I'm trying to think of other of their films now. I'm completely blanking. Intolerable Cruelty is fine, I guess. It's nothing special.
I found it.
Okay.
Lost Souls.
Okay, so this is a tremendous exclusive. Very few people have access to this.
Yeah, so if something gets taken down, we do post it, so it's available to all of YouTube.
All of our YouTube membership supporters.
Members and Patreon subscribers, they get stuff that gets deleted for whatever reason. But I've just put it down in the comments now in the chat. So bookmark it.
The video that YouTube doesn't want you to see.
Yes, or
won't allow you to see.
NBC Universal or
let's blame the right people.
YouTube's just doing their
Sodom.
job. Okay.
We completely lost our place.
Quatermass. I rewatched Hawk the Slayer video after watching it last week. Shame it never got a sequel. Is it? No.
We thought we found one today. What was it called?
Oh, was it like
Hawk
the Sailor?
The
or
Sailor,
something?
something like that. It turned out to be a completely different film,
Yeah.
but
Thoughts
optimistic for that.
Thoughts on Grand Hotel 1932?
Wow, that is it's famously sort of the first all-star film. Or that's how MGM sold it. I think it's a really good film. I think it holds up quite well.
Cool. What has been your favorite film of 2025 so far?
I've got to the cinema so irregularly. Sinners.
Wow.
I think the fact that I've really struggled to get to the cinema. I've been so busy, and I now have to take a train journey if I want to go and see a film. But mostly it's the busy thing, and I'm so glad that the one that I did manage to see was one that I enjoyed that much. Because frankly, I've spent money on films, and you just go, "Oh, wow."
We've already answered this one, but yes, looking forward to Del Toro's Frankenstein.
Yes.
What's the best Jaws ripoff? There isn't one.
Everybody always says Orca to that, and I find it such a dreary film.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Toxic Avenger movie? No.
I haven't seen the old Toxic Avenger movie.
Yeah, I don't know how. If it's playing somewhere, I might end up seeing it. It's not top of my list.
No.
I don't think I ever really liked the trauma films that much.
I think even if you did, I do think it feels like something that was probably sort of its moment.
That's it.
I'm not sure how you update that.
That's the thing. But it might just be like I think it might be deliberately a throwback to that kind of film. But it's kind of funny that Peter Dinklage is playing Toxic Avenger up until the point where he becomes the Toxic Avenger. And
right.
Then I think he's just perhaps doing the voice, but he's certainly not the actor playing the monster after.
Well, part of me says, I'd watch Peter Dinklage in everything. He's a fantastic actor. On the other hand, I saw Cyrano, and that was not great. Not because of him. It's just a very flawed film.
He did give it it was a really good performance.
He's fantastic. He's so good, but the songs are unmemorable.
The one where they're writing the letters before they all go off to fight, I like. But other than that, no. But he is so good in that film, though.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Station Agent? That was like the sort of breakout film. Really good. And it's because it was like it wasn't written for a little actor. Like he got cast afterwards, and so it just really sort of solidifies it as a character piece first and foremost, and then secondly that he happens to be little.
He's such a good actor. He really is.
He's kind of like fucked over a lot of other little actors because of his sort of stance on like. I can't believe they're still doing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's so regressive. And they're like, so Disney panicked and go, I guess we'll just make them CGI abominations then. And that was 7 people's job down the toilet. So I remember I interviewed Warwick Davis when I was at university, and he was doing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and his whole family was in on it. But bloody loved it.
Yeah.
So, favorite classic British actress?
Classic British actress.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can only ever answer with things that were in my head recently, so I'll say Barbara Shelley.
Okay. Piranha has also been mentioned as another Joe Dante film.
But I wouldn't put it up there with the best.
Which actress should play the Bond girl in the next Bond film? I believe contractually they're obliged to cast Jeff Bezos' new wife.
Oh, right.
I've heard that he's actively petitioning for her to play a Bond girl.
Oh, good. Well, as long as they don't cast him as Bond, then I guess I'll accept.
I mean, he's more Bond villain, if anything, isn't he?
Yeah.
Bald, has a rocket ship.
Yeah.
They're just going to remake.
He has a phallic rocket ship as well.
Exactly.
He is basically Dr. Evil.
Yeah. They're going to remake You Only Live Twice. Part of me really actually wants it to be Jeff Bezos' wife, because that will just completely solidify the proper selling out of Bond to Amazon, and then you don't need to watch it.
There's something very William Randolph Hearst about it, with him trying to build up Marion.
Oh no,
Davis.
yeah, that's definitely been pointed out.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I hate to think I was first.
But who would be good?
I think you've got to cast Bond first, and who would be good opposite that character.
I think they've got to be at least 35. I don't want like some 19-year-old nuclear physicist. That's my only requirement.
That's your red line.
That's my red line. They've got to be of a decent age.
Okay.
This is a bit of a no-brainer question for you. What's the best version of the Wicker Man?
The Wicker Man.
Dark Corner's almost reaching 100,000 subscribers. Don't we know it?
We were hoping to do it by the end of this year.
I think it's possible.
It's still possible, but we're lagging by about 500 on our monthly.
450.
Well, yeah. On our monthlies.
So
we need if the next two specials go well and give it a bit of a boost, then we can still do it. But it's going to be tight.
If you want to help, if there's like a video you like, go share it somewhere.
Yeah.
On Reddit or wherever.
Where we tend to lose out is that people enjoy our videos but don't share them very much. So I worry it's because Dark Corners fans don't have enough friends.
Prove him wrong. Prove him wrong. You're not a loser.
People.
You're not a loser. You're a good individual with lots of friends and active social life.
I say these things and wait for the number of people watching to start catastrophically dropping, which it just did as I pointed.
Two people just went, I'm out of here.
Fuck you.
I'm out of here. Favorite Willis O'Brien film that's not King Kong? Is it Mighty Joe Young? Because that's
I'm going to say The Lost World, which is something we should do a stream, because that's on Amazon.
Okay,
we should do a streaming about that.
Yeah,
I think maybe I've been holding off because I thought, well, we might do something about Willis O'Brien at some point. I'm not sure we will.
Is that a silent one?
Yeah,
I think I was going to just take your one that you did for Patreon.
Oh, right. Okay.
And just do that as like a sample.
Oh, okay.
So that might save you the time.
Yeah. Anything that saves the time is.
What do you think of Dracula Dead and Loving It?
It's not showing anybody at their best, I don't think. There's some good gags in it, I suppose. I do like him raising out of the coffin and whacking his head on the lamp. I just think that's
that works.
How
do you feel about Mel Brooks doing Spaceballs 2?
I think at what is he, 98?
Yeah.
I think he can do whatever the hell he likes. I think we're all of the opinion that Spaceballs might have been really, really funny when you were a kid.
Yeah.
It's probably not aged brilliantly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody's really thinking this is going to be brilliant either. But I'll tell you what, I will support anything Mel Brooks does because I think he's just brilliant.
But Rick Moranis is coming back.
Of all the things to choose for his comeback, then I think we said this before. There are so many things that Honey could still. Yeah, that would have been embarrassing. But he could easily have another in the Honey I Shrunk the franchise.
Oh, I'm sure. I can't. Only it's a near impossibility that Disney hasn't gone up to his front door with a wheelbarrow full of cash and saying, "Honey, I Shrunk the series." 100%. They've done that. So
it's sort of weird that he'd come back for that. I don't know if it's just a favour to Mel.
Yeah.
I think that there's so much affection for Mel Brooks, and quite right. What I will say about it is that I think that the trailer is hilarious. The trailer, I think the trailer for Spaceballs 2 is funnier than anything in Spaceballs.
Yeah. Pitch Cushing as Sherlock Holmes in the BBC TV series. Any thoughts on that?
I'm saving them for next
year.
Them? Not all of them, no.
Well, the ones that are available.
Oh, right. Well, not all the ones that are available I haven't seen either.
Yeah,
I've only seen a couple.
They did release them last year in a overly priced Peter Cushing box set, Cushing Curiosities.
Did we buy that?
Technically, no. I
Okay.
ordered it from America. It then got lost in the post, and so Amazon refunded me. And then the next day, it got delivered.
Oh, right.
So
no, we didn't buy it, but
no,
yes, we do have it.
Yes, we do have it.
Well, that'll be useful to me next year.
The main reason for getting that was for Tender Dracula.
Peter Cushing's a very good Sherlock Holmes. But yeah, I haven't seen very many of the series.
Favorite giant insect film, and you can include in the arachnids.
Them.
Yep. That's what Devilfish said straight after.
Well, it's the right answer. How can Them is such an unexpectedly good film.
Do you have an opinion on the Beatles' Yellow Submarine?
What, the song?
No, the film.
Oh, right.
I assume.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the fact is, it's not genius. The accents are terrible, but I went to see that with my friend John, who I had lunch with today. In fact, when it was re-released into cinemas in, I guess it would have been the late 90s. I'm not sure. It must have been around university era. And, we sat in the cinema and we sang along, which not everybody was, miserable bunch, and clapped at the end, really enjoyed it. And that was the first time I saw it at the View Cinema in Cambridge. It was a good cinema experience. I don't think it's a great film.
Sure. Are you going to go see Primitive War? I don't even know this film. So
I don't know the film. Sorry.
Brian, hey guys, really enjoyed the Color Comes to Hollywood documentary you did.
Thank you. Nobody watched it.
Oh, sorry. No, I said Hollywood. It says horror. I had no idea working conditions with lights. So if you look at, you can see it in Shadow of a Vampire, where they're filming, and just how bright the lights need to be, that everybody needs to be wearing like sunglasses, because the film strips back then weren't sort of receptive to light. So you had to have so much light back in the day. And that's sort of the origins of sunglasses, and why it's sort of associated with Hollywood stars, is because they needed it in front of all those lights.
There is a sort of an evolution of film stock that's being used through these years. Lon Chaney wrote the Encyclopedia Britannica entry on makeup after the film stock changed, explaining how it was because the type of makeup they were using changed completely when the film stock changed, because it was registering differently. And one of the reasons that actors were sort of considered a little bit weird in early Hollywood is because for skin tones to register at all, the makeup was really quite gruesome. Just didn't look human at all. And they don't always get it right on film. People always look a bit washed out in silent film, I suppose.
Favorite Terence Stamp movie? And why is it The Phantom Menace?
I suppose the Limey. I'm trying to think of Terence Stamp films.
Superman 2.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go with that really.
Yeah, the Limey. Yes,
I'm going to stick with the Limey.
Cool.
I'm sure there's one that I would have chosen that I've forgotten. It feels like I've blanked on something.
What did you think of The Artist 2011?
I enjoyed it very much.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you watched Japanese films directed by and starring Beat Takeshi Kitano?
Very few. It's not really my sort of. It doesn't really work. They're just not really my sort of films.
What sort of films are they?
They're more. Am I thinking now? I'm.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have asked a follow-up question.
Well, now I'm doubting myself.
Hypothetically, what type of films do you think they are like?
I think they're quite violent films.
Like actiony ones.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Crimson Peak. What are your thoughts?
I think it looks good, but it's not Del Toro's best. It feels like it almost feels like someone trying to make a Del Toro film.
Okay.
If you know, it's got all the it's got everything sort of visually, but I don't think it doesn't all serve the plot as well as stuff like Devil's Backbone and Pan's Labyrinth. They're beautiful visuals. He doesn't know how to do anything else, but
yeah,
it doesn't feel like it serves the plot the same way to me.
Have you seen Mario Bava's Kill Baby Kill?
No.
Do you have any thoughts on Carry On Screaming? Coming up in our next special, funny enough. It's got in the wax.
Yes, of course it is.
Yeah.
I love Carry On Screaming. It's got some of my favourite Carry On gags in it.
It's really annoying that the Frying Tonight line is said with him off camera,
isn't it? For the sake of the video.
Yeah.
But no, there's a really good back and forth between three characters that I'd love to quote here, but because it's between three characters, it doesn't sound funny with me doing it. But yeah.
Would you consider doing a streaming review of Nigel Neal's The Stone tape if it came out?
Yes.
Did you see Joel Cohen's Macbeth?
No.
Would you review Whip and the Body?
Have we not?
I don't think we have. I think we definitely mentioned when we've done any number of things related to Christopher Lee, but I don't think we've reviewed it.
We must have mentioned it when we did his death scenes, but I thought, I thought we had done the Whip and the Body. Okay, maybe we haven't.
We have done it.
Oh, well, there you go. Apparently, yes, we would consider doing it. Apparently, it wasn't as memorable as I thought we had.
God, of all the people, Colin, you should have known that we've done this. How is Life Force not a Quatermass film?
I don't think that would be Nigel Neal sort of thing at all, to be perfectly honest.
Cool. Thanks for posting Island of Lost Souls.
You're welcome.
Joan Crawford looks absolutely stunning in that movie. I'm not sure which one that is.
Possibly Grand Hotel.
Oh, okay.
In which case, wow, are we behind?
That's interesting. So Nathan Jones just watched Jaws at the cinema for the 50th anniversary. Are there any films you weren't able to see in the cinema you'd really want to be released so you could see them?
Oh, right. Oh, gosh. Probably.
This is like a film that you'd love to see.
There's loads of films I'd love to see on the big screen. Anything specific? Oh, I'm terrible with specifics. Well, I'm not sure I've ever seen a Hammer film on the big screen.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it.
So which would you pick?
I just gave an answer to the in question. Just any Hammer film I'd like to see on the big. Well, not any Hammer film.
And the answer is Blood Orange. Shatter.
Who wouldn't want to see Shatter on the big screen?
The funniest part, so on the Shatter disc, who's the actor in it? Who plays Shatter?
Oh, Stuart
Whitman.
Stuart Whitman.
Stuart Whitman, he recorded a commentary track. So Hammer seemed to be really on the board that they were recording commentary tracks when Laserdisc was released. So on the Quatermass ones, on Quatermass 2, Nigel Neal does a commentary where he does not say very much. It's kind of the guy's like trying to prompt him, and Nigel Neal is just ignoring him. It's hilarious. But Stuart Whitman does commentary on Shatter, and he like just vaguely talks about the prospects of doing a sequel. Like,
wow,
that's not happening.
The prospects were pretty slim.
Thought of doing a video on Fu Manchu 1932.
Well, I've just done one for our Patreon supporters
and YouTube members.
Yes, and I'm in no mood to watch it again, but we will. It will be at least mentioned in our Boris Karloff top 10 horror films.
Yes.
It won't be one of the top 10, but it'll be mentioned.
So yes,
because our top 10s are usually a top 50.
Yes. So absolutely yes. If you want to see a full half hour of you talking about it,
I think it's close to that. It's mostly me just going, "Oh, this is dire."
You can join us on YouTube Members or the other one.
Yeah, just to defend. You're like,
okay, we're back.
Are we? I think we're back.
Okay, we are back,
and we lost 70 people.
That's fine.
That's really irritating.
Well, no, it's fine because it's almost bedtime. Okie dokies.
Sorry about that.
It is all, yeah, well, no, because we're quite near the end anyway of this sesh.
It's not a very professional way to finish, though. That's so irritating.
Okay, so we'll talk about Terrence Stamp.
Did that one.
Do you think any new Carry On films will be made?
I hope not.
Yes. Would you have a collab with Good Bad Flicks? I don't watch the channel, so probably not. I'd like to do a collab with somebody. I don't know who. I think it's good for everyone.
Anything that takes the pressure off of me is good.
Do you think Dr. No is the first modern action movie? No, because like Robin Hood or modern.
Which Robin Hood?
That's what I was thinking. Like just like
most first modern action. I can see a case. I can see a case for that. It depends on what you mean by it, but I can definitely see a case.
How much action is there in Dr. No? There's not loads.
Does that matter?
If you're saying it's an action film, is it? Would you say it was an action film?
You know what? Probably the most common answer to if you do polls of what's the greatest action film amongst people in the industry, mainly, then the most common film that comes out top is Seven Samurai.
Oh, okay.
And it's got so little action in it, but the action that there is phenomenal. So I think that what you call an action film, it doesn't matter. It's how it's used.
Okay, but then if you were talking Bond, go, what's the big action set piece in Dr. No?
Probably isn't one.
Yeah, so I think that's why it's not.
What is it then? Is it a thriller?
Kind of spy, espionage.
Is that? I don't think that's too specific for a genre.
But I think by when you get to Thunderball, it's definitely an action film.
Okay.
I don't think Spy Who Loved Me is.
Well, okay. I mean, I think it's an interesting question. I think.
Yeah, no. I
think there's something that changes in that genre with Bond.
Yes.
And maybe that is something that's you can call that a turning of the tide into the modern action film.
Yeah.
Into a modern thriller genre.
Have you seen War of the Worlds? Have you said the
new one?
The new one.
No. Not hearing a lot of good things about
that. They're saying that no, it wasn't supposed to be like a big ad for Amazon. Except for the bit where he gets like a delivery from an Amazon drone.
Oh god.
Have you seen Frankenstein: The True Story, a 70s 2-part miniseries?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. Many different cuts of The Wicker Man. Do you have a preference?
No.
Be hard to say what the differences were.
I haven't seen them all. I've always been quite happy with The Wicker Man as it is.
Thoughts on The Incredible Shrinking Man?
It's a fantastic film.
Yeah, maybe we should do that for streaming.
We should.
Because
it's such a good film. I think it's not what people expect when they come into it because it has a title that makes it sound like any other B movie, and it's really not. It's a really powerful piece of filmmaking.
We did that one. I'm gonna hit the like button. Glad you're back. Science Advisor's gone to bed.
Okay. Good night.
Have you seen the Hammer film to Devil a Daughter?
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on it?
It's not very good. Yeah, that one, it just doesn't work. I find it quite turgid throughout, and then the ending is just bad, I think. I don't think it really works at all. It's a shame. Hammer, obviously, it's the same writer as Devil Rides Out, Dennis Wheatley, and that's such a good film. But no, they just lost it by then.
Do you think Hammer could have done a better movie adaptation of Doctor Who?
What, than the people who did it?
Yes.
No, not really.
Did you think at
It's
that
not really
point
Hammer's thing?
Could they have made it something else, or do you think that just wasn't the market for it?
Well, that was unquestionably a market.
And no, I mean, like for what Doctor Who was at the time.
Yeah.
Were Hammer the right people? Like they might have taken it in a different direction, but that wasn't necessarily where Doctor Who was.
I think the problem with the big screen Doctor Who is that it goes in a different direction. It's too far from the character.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact is that the story is identical to what was on TV screens, but they just decided to change the character and somewhat the tone and edit it down a lot as well. And that's just
it's oddly that
it's just not the point.
Cushing himself isn't a Quatermass character as such.
No.
But he is kind of a scientist and stuff's happening and he's got drawn into it.
Yes.
As opposed to the Doctor Who as we know him.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes and the Masks of Death, ?
That's the one, that's the Peter Cushing one off the top of my head. Yeah. Again, Peter Cushing's a really good Doctor Who, but that's not a really good film.
He's good Doctor Who. Is he also a
Doctor
good
Who? Sherlock Holmes, sorry.
Better Sherlock Holmes than Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Are we excited about the Curse of Frankenstein box set? Yes. We've talked quite a bit about that. Probably we got different people joining us now.
Yeah. Oops. We'll keep going for a little bit.
It's almost like we've got in a circle because have you seen Sinners?
Yes.
What do you think of their take on vampires in the film?
I don't remember it being particularly original. The only question I suppose I have about their take on vampires is that it didn't seem like they were setting up vampires at the start of the film, and then it turned out to be vampires.
I think that was it. That was fine. The bit that actually I didn't like. That it was like that they're vampires. Let's start crushing garlic and staking through the heart, and it was kind of like, oh, it'd be good if they were just some other weird vampire-like being. I don't think they necessarily need to be vampire with all of the classic vampire lore attached to them.
Yeah, it was one of those things that maybe you thought, I wonder if there was an earlier draft of this that was more maybe something that was more like a spirit of African origin or something that had come over.
But I guess it can't be because it's essentially like more portrayed as like a white thing.
Yeah. I don't know, but that was. But I had no problem. I was happy with their portrayal of vampires. I just wasn't really expecting it to be vampires, I suppose.
Yeah, I think seeing the trailer, I thought it was more zombie.
Right. Okay.
Was what I was expecting.
Anyway, I don't think it affected my enjoyment of the film very much.
Cool. Favorite boutique Blu-ray distributor? I know this is one you like. I don't know.
I think we have. Are we contractually obligated to plug Via Vision?
Yeah, Via Vision. We do. They send
great stuff. Great
Via
stuff.
Vision. They send us stuff to review.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes not the stuff we asked for.
But so we like them. Have you seen the Coffee Joe films? Oh, we tried.
Couldn't.
It's a long way off, if ever. So sorry to these people who are just joining us. We've done about an hour and 45 minutes, and then we got disconnected, reconnected,
and that's brought a whole new bunch of people.
It's brought a whole new bunch of people right when we're about to go to bed. Could Quatermass ever be revived?
Yes.
Yes.
I think Quatermass is extremely adaptable. It can always be revived. It's always moved on with his. There's been multiple versions.
Apparently, Sinners was originally going to be a Blade reboot, but was repurposed into the Sinners movie.
Really
interesting. Well, could have been.
Yeah, I mean that may be why it's vampires. So it was sort of like the other way around, that it started as a vampire movie and they tried to introduce more other stuff into it, and but it remained a vampire movie, I suppose.
Because I guess you got one of the brothers at the end is still a vampire and alive, and I could see that.
Could be a Blade origin story.
Please make a Dark Corners episode champion boutique distributors and their releases. Maybe. Probably don't get enough of them. I don't think we've got as many good labels here as there are in the States. But yeah, thankfully we were able to get the Whale God thanks to I'm gonna say SRS.
Okay.
That they released that one when nobody else was. It's a bit of a shame that their other, because they contacted me afterwards, going, "Oh, thanks for the review. We'd like to send you some stuff to review." And I go, "Well, this is kind of
what we do.
And a lot of the stuff that they do is more recent, ultra low budget slasher movies, which isn't what we do." So hopefully if they ever pick up any other weird films,
weird films,
archival ones would be great. Will you do more Santa reviews? Yeah, we have a box set. I don't know if they're available. We have the VCI box sets, so the dubs are all going to be that bad, but that's also kind of what we like about them.
They do sort of play more into our wheelhouse when the dubbing is quite poor, as it always is in these ones.
What film that was in the works to be made and never was would you like to see on the screen? I would kind of like to see the original version of Dracula's Daughter.
Oh yes, the whale one. Yeah.
Like just the sort of description of some of the scenes in that would be really great. Have you seen Mr. Holmes with Ian McKellen?
Yes.
Any thoughts?
And I enjoyed it. I think it doesn't feel, it's not great. I don't think it feels a bit like a missed opportunity for doing something more interesting with the character, but it was fine.
Yeah. When is your next live? And also, Robin, when is you got another book? So the next live will be sometime in October.
Yes.
Post the release of the Curse of Frankenstein box set, because we'll be filming our review of that. So I would say like about a week after whenever that's released. So the 20th of October, somewhere around then. And then
my next book will be out hopefully at the end of October, start of November, that sort of time. I've written the first draft already.
Is there a title?
No, which is also precluding me going to the cover designers, and I really need to sort of get that sorted. The problem I'm having is that it's the first one I've done that's a sort of a direct sequel to that one, which is The Legacy of Frankenstein. I'm sort of struggling with, because these are already part of a series that I've created on Kindle, then I don't think there's such a thing as a sub-series, because these ones you don't have to read in order.
Right.
But because they're all part of the same series, and they are all part of the same series, Amazon numbers them.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time, two of them do actually have to be numbered. You do really need to have read The Legacy of Frankenstein before whatever I call the next one. I might just, and I want it in a way, it ought to be The Legacy of Frankenstein : Pretorius would probably be what it would be. But I think that's a shitty title. So I don't know if I just want to call it something else and let people figure it out, or what.
Hypothetically, what's the dealio with Pretorius in terms of copyright?
I'm 100% violating it, and I'm hoping no one will notice.
I think you've just got to hold out for a couple of years.
Yeah, I haven't got to hold out for long. It doesn't help that obviously he's a primary character in Guillermo del Toro's book, which is not why I chose to do it now. It's just the way it's worked out. But frankly, it's not worked out in my favor because it's drawing attention to my copyright violation. I suppose they could take all of my royalties from this book, which would be barely worth their trouble.
Right.
End of October.
What made you do a sequel then to this?
Do we want an honest answer or a good one?
To this one in particular.
Honestly, I was really struggling with ending it, and I thought this will give me another year to think.
What do you mean?
I mean that I was really struggling with ending The Legacy of Frankenstein. So I made the ending open-ended so that I had another year to think about how the hell I tie it up.
So was this one your book last year?
Legacy of Frankenstein was last year's book, yeah.
Okay.
So it just gave me
more
time.
You're basically doing the Harry Potter thing of like the last book in the series is going to be in 2 parts.
It's not the last book in the series. The series will continue. It was just a case of I'm really struggling to resolve everything to my satisfaction in this one book. So I will make it open-ended. And I made it open-ended, not knowing what the next book would be.
Right.
So there may be some consequences to that. I guess we'll see. I've only written the first draft so far. I think it held together quite well. I mean, truth be told, I didn't think Legacy of Frankenstein it's not my favorite of my books, but other people have really responded to it very well.
I was going to say, you're not selling it very well.
I'm not very good. The truth is, based on sales and on everything, I'm the worst judge of which are my best books.
I've got some title suggestions here.
Oh, good.
Heir of Frankenstein, The Legacy of Frankenstein 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, that one. And the thing is, it's got electric right there, and that's perfect for Frankenstein.
That is true. What am I working on currently? We're filming tomorrow, so a ton of editing is in my future. I've also got to do a couple of short films that I promised people. So one of those in October, and maybe another one at the end of this month. So I need to sort those. Need to figure out what that's going to be about. So I don't know what either of them are. But I need to pull my finger out and sort that out. But I don't write novels. My grammar's not good for that.
Incidentally, talking on films, I played a vampire in a film.
Oh yes,
it premiered at Bath Festival while I was out of town again.
Oh okay.
So I still haven't got to see it, but I don't know how it was received even. But it's out there.
Oh.
It'll probably be on Amazon at some point, because his last film was.
Are we going to review it?
I think we should.
Are you going to include any non-universal monsters in your book?
What, in the current one?
I mean,
I already have done with the golem. That's a non-universal monster, but I might again in the future. Not in the immediate future. Not in the one that's coming out this year.
We should do a Catwoman or Panther Woman or something like that.
You mean like a Luton one? Or
not necessarily a Luton
one.
Yeah, like instead of like a Wolfman, a Catwoman.
Oh, right.
That kind of thing. Like another sort of hybrid.
Potentially. I wouldn't rule that out, but I'd need to have a good reason to do it.
Would you do a Wasp Woman?
No. There are wasps.
Would you do a giant monster?
No.
Would you do a Bigfoot?
Not for this series.
Would you do an alien?
No.
Would you do interdimensional being?
No.
Ghosts?
Maybe. But I'd have to find a good way to do it.
Okay.
Maybe. Interesting. I don't know. For the first time, I don't know what next year. I do plan to do one next year.
Yeah.
I don't know what the monster would be, but I do know there are some characters who I want to bring back. I want to use again. So for the first time, I've got my sort of leads before I've decided on the monster. So I'm trying to find a story that would suit them, and then I'll see a monster that would fit that story. So that's a different way around it. And now I've covered most of the Universal classic ones. I've got a little bit more leeway to going back to. You can always have another Wolfman one. You can always do another Mummy one. Or or is this the right time to do Jekyll and Hyde, which again would be away from Universal.
Yeah.
And Jekyll and Hyde is definitely something I want to do, but whether or not this is the right one to do it, I don't know. So we will see.
Fairies?
No. I'd like to write a book with fairies, but not Universal Library. Again, I had I thought it was a great idea for a book about with fairies in, which I thought was a really dark idea, but I just never find. There's always, you got to prioritize time.
Yeah. Am I part of AV forums? Don't think so. I mean, possibly I might have done something there back in the day. Out to Limit series, your version of Dracula's Daughter. I think we've got to the end of all the questions.
Yeah, it's probably time to call it now.
And it's midnight. So thank you, everyone who's joined us, especially those people who joined after we got disconnected and this has been way too short. Go back and watch the earlier stuff because we probably answered a lot of questions there. A Tale of Arthur Conan Doyle and Fairies. I do love the fact that Arthur Conan Doyle believed in all of this stuff when his character's so analytical.
Yeah.
And even
he hated.
And even with the magician Houdini.
Yes.
Basically explaining to him how all of these frauds were done. He still couldn't get behind it.
Well, do you know the book? Is it Island of Mist, World of Mists, or something like that? No. One of the Professor Challengers. So, you know, Professor Challenger in Lost World. There are other professional Challenger stories, and one of them, it's something of mists, and it's basically Professor Challenger being taught that this stuff does exist. Right. So it's actually it's kind of a frustrating book in a lot of ways.
Yeah, Spring Hill Jack. There you go. Throw him into one of your books.
Oh right, okay.
I love Spring Hill Jack. He's insane.
There is a Todd Slaughter film involving Spring Hill Jack, and they managed to write out that aspect of the character almost instantly.
Yeah. No, the best bit is him jumping over fences and breathing blue fire in people's faces. It's great.
It's a great legend.
Yeah, we'd love to do more. I would like to do more of sort of 80s grindhousey stuff. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
But with that, I'm falling asleep.
Okay. We're going to call it.
Next one, something like the 20th of October. And you should do
when my panto's on.
Yeah. End of September. Oh,
no, end
another
of October.
one.
Robin Hood's end of October.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you all very much for tuning in and see you soon.
See you soon.
Ta-ra!